How's it going, guys? It's Septile Seer George here, coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my GBA Season 10 Week 2 team builder against the Wolverhampton Weaviles. I don't have Hayden with me today. Some real world stuff came up with work, so obviously we can't record together then. No big deal. I'm just going to handle this one this week, and he'll be back for Week 3. So getting right on into the teams. We know what the Arcaniners team is, but let's get right on into the Weaviles. So we got Great Tusk, Walking Wake, Frostmoth, the Bisharp, the Rotom Heat, the Screamtail, the Gengar, the Iron Leaves, the Moltres G, the Braviary, and the Samurott. And his two Terra Captains are Iron Leaves with the Psychic and Fire, and the Frostmoth with the Ice and Water. So right away, I already believe he's going to be bringing the Great Tusk and the Walking Wake. Great Tusk versus my team does very well as Walking Wake. That ground water coverage really terrorizes the majority of the team. I believe the Screamtail is a pretty fair shout as well. Has really good speed tier versus me, really good support. It could stop sweeps with Encore, do dual screens, it could have stealth rocks, and rocks are going to be crucial for him. I could see Techie Frostmoth coming with a little bit of that water Terra type, very similar to my Volcarona. It's a budget Volcarona in this generation. After a Quiver Dance, he has the Bug Buzz and Ice Beam, and the Terra Blast Water. It could do quite significant damage. So other than that, Iron Leaves is also a threat on the physically offensive side, especially if he Terra Fires. But if he Terra Fires, then he's really not able to hit like my Gyarados too hard. He wouldn't be able to hit like the Chi-Yu, but I guess Chi-Yu would wall it anyway. So other than that, I don't know what a Moltres Galarian does. After looking it up, it's more of like a special set. You can run Dual Dance with Nasty Plot and the Agility, I believe. The Samurott is there. If he brings it, it'll have Aqua Jet because of priority versus the Chi-Yu, the Vulcan, the Regieleki. Braviary could come as well if he predicts me to bring the Gyarados with Intimidate. But without further ado, let me show you guys the team that me and Hayden concocted for this week of the GBA. And right here you guys see, so we decided to bring the Volcarona, the Gyarados, the Hawlucha, the Tinkaton, Chi-Yu, and the Rillaboom. So we have a very, I would say, 3-stage strategy here. We have our beginning game, which is stage 1, the mid game, stage 2, and the end game, stage 3. Stage 1, lead Volcarona. There is not going to be a situation where I do not lead with Volcarona. And depending on what his lead is, if it's the Screamtail, I'm going for, I believe, the Protect was our play. And if it is any other Pokemon, I'm setting up one Quiver Dance. So this set here, you'll notice 116 special attack, modest nature, 220 speed, and 172 HP. That 116 special attack plus the modest allows me to hit 252 special attack without a plus nature. It allows me to spread a few more EVs out into HP rather than running 252 special attack, 140 jolly nature or like timid nature to hit that 220 speed tier, and then the rest in HP. So you get a little bit extra HP and Vs in there, which is a little fun fact if when you're building, try to play around with natures a little bit. I'll make a video separately on that coming up eventually. So the only code we have here is Terra Blast Water and the Bug Buzz. The Bug Buzz is really there for Swarm. If we get +1 and the Swarm and the Bug Buzz, even if we get +2, if we get +2 in Swarm, that's it. +2 in Swarm, I don't think anything honestly lives it at that point. That the Terra Blast Water doesn't KO anyway. Great Tusk dies immediately to Terra Water. Rotom Heat dies immediately to Terra Water. If I have the Swarm and the Bug Buzz at +1, I believe, depending on the Walk and Wake set, it also goes. The Screamtail can't take a +2 Swarm Bug Buzz. So leading off with this mon, I'm really expecting at least 1 to 2 Pokemon to go down. And then we'll move on into stage 2, which once the Volk goes, depending on the Pokemon that's out, I would either go into the Rillaboom or the Tinkaton. Ideally the Tinkaton, so I can set up the Stealth Rocks, maybe set up a Light Screen. Encore if he's trying to reverse, like sweep me with the Frostmoth. Also, I can Encore the Walking Wake into something. And from there, it's going to be pretty much let's pivot around using Tinkaton, Chi-Yu, and the Rillaboom. So with the Light Screen and the investment I have on Chi-Yu, I'm able to set up a sub on a Rotom Heat's max special attack, T-Bolt, and Volt Switch. I can then go for sub Nasty Plot. I can just sub and hit for Flamethrower and Dark Pulse. I didn't want to run Fire Blast. It doesn't help me too much to run Fire Blast rather than Flamethrower, especially if I do get Nasty Plot up. Chiyu's not going to sweep the entire team. It may break one Mon. It may be able to get chip damage on another. I know it's not going to be the win condition in this game, mainly because of that Walking Wake just being a huge threat. So you'll notice it is the exact same EV spread as Volcarona because they have very similar stats. And then from there, you'll see the Rillaboom right now has Assault Vest. I may switch that out for Terrain Extender last minute. So just fair warning if you see Terrain Extender on there. I'm torn between it. AV helps me survive Walking Wake hits, Rotom Heat overheat, Gengar's attacks, Moltres G. AV helps a lot to live a hit. And the EV spread is unique because on this one, I ran enough. I wanted max HP. I knew I wanted max HP so I could tank as much hits as possible. 116 speed is there so that no Pokemon on his team after Drum Beating will outspeed my Rillaboom because of Drum Beating special effect, which is it drops the opponent's speed by 1. So let's say the Rillaboom is out against the Great Tusk, and he doesn't want Great Tusk to go down, so I go for Drum Beating. He switches out into the... I don't even know, the Rotom Heat, let's say. Rocks, after Rocks, Drum Beating, Stealth Rocks into Woodhammer KOs Rotom Heat from any spread. If he wants to switch into Gengar, Drum Beating into Woodhammer KOs if he's not physically defensive, which, why would he be? The only Pokemon that survived Drum Beating plus a Woodhammer combination on his team are going to be the Bisharp, but that dies to Drain Punch. The Rotom Heat, but if we have the other Stealth Rocks up at that point, or if he... really just wearing down the Rotom Heat with one Drum Beating, even if he's Heavy Duty Boots, that allows me to set up sweeps in the future. The Scream Tail also, depending on investment, goes down. And that, along with the Chi-Yu, is to further break the team a little bit more, to then allow me to go into Stage 3, which Stage 3 is going to be the Hawlucha into the Gyarados. So the Gyarados, you'll notice, may fit into Stage 2 as well in the mid-game. It does have that Waterfall and that Dragon Tail. And what that Dragon Tail is there for is so if it comes in, it can tank one hit, go for Dragon Tail, get about 40-50% damage on the Walking Wake, maybe stop an Iron Leaf sweep, maybe force out the Rotom Heat if something wants to switch in to take a hit. If he wants to go into like a defensive Moltres G, or if he wants to go into, not the Scream Tail, but if he wanted to switch into anything to predict a Dragon Dance, a Waterfall, or something else, Dragon Tail can knock it out. And then really it's going to be going into Hawlucha, getting up a Swords Dance with Grassy Seed. I have max attack because max attack is absolutely crucial for me. You'll notice I'm running 188 Jolly. 188 Jolly is so that, God forbid, Iron Leaves gets up in agility, I still outspeed. And that's just a contingency. Will I need 188 Jolly? 99% of the time, no. But if I'm in a situation where that agility is on that Iron Leaves, I need to make sure I have a check to it because it could really threaten the team if I'm worn down. So that max attack after +2, acrobatics pretty much KOs so many different things. Close combat is there so I can do big damage to Rotom Heat if need be. And then do more damage also to the Walking Wake because it does a little bit higher base power than acrobatics, but it's pretty much I can go in. If I can set up an SD, great. If I can't, then acrobatics, close combat spam until the Hawlucha goes down. If by that point we still have not won this game, we are going into Gyarados. And Gyarados can be chipped away in the mid-game. As long as it has above 25% health, I will proc that Salac Berry with Endure, and then flail the remaining members on this team. And I am so excited. I want this to be a 1-0 victory for the Arcaniners, because I want to see Gyarados come in with Endure and Flail and Waterfall and absolutely sweep the end of his game. But in all honesty, me and Hayden are extremely confident in our build for this week. We felt that last week we maybe didn't pull out everything. We probably tried to go a little one-dimensional on the build, and it showed in the game. When it comes to this match, we really prepared hard, and we came up with some pretty fire sets for this week. So anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you did, in fact, enjoy, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of who you think is going to win the match. San Francisco Arcaniners or the Wolverhampton Weaviles. What do you think the score is going to be? And who do you think is going to be the MVP this game? Do you think Volcarona is going to sweep right away? Do you think the Halucha is going to clinch it? Or do you think Gyarados is going to save the game last minute in a surprise fashion? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.